I think we have seen about the print statement, right? And also we have seen about some basic addition, subtraction, right?
Yes.
Okay, so today let us see about some if-else statement and as well as for loop and while loop actually. Okay, so in Python if-else statement the syntax is like this actually. You have to use if keyword, then you have to give some condition, okay, and then you have to give the colon symbol. Then you have to type the code here actually. If the condition satisfies, what is the code to get executed? Like this, you have to give some indentation spacing actually. And then what you can do, you can give else, okay, colon. Again, you have to give some space for the code to get executed under else actually. And then you can type the normal coding here actually. See, this whatever the code right side placed, it's this is for if condition actually. If the condition is satisfied, it will execute this code. Else, this code will get executed. But this code, whatever I'm selecting, it won't come under neither if nor else actually. So, like for example, in C, if you take means, you will separate by using this braces, right? In C, we'll be using these braces actually to make to identify the start of if loop, end of if loop, or start of else or end of else. But in Python, there is no such thing actually. So by using spaces only, Python will understand. That is, if it is right shifted, it will understand this code is coming under if actually. So this indentation is very much important in Python. Okay, so this is the normal thing actually. So this condition may be a single condition or multiple condition. Maybe a combination of and or. Like if there are mandate two conditions, means you can use the and, not and symbol, and the word actually, so that it will satisfy both the conditions. Or you can use or, so that any one of the condition is getting passed, it will get executed actually. And similarly, like here there are only two conditions, meaning like if this condition is satisfied, it will execute, or this will get executed. So the question comes now, what if if multiple conditions are there? See, I can do like this also. For example, I'm putting like this. I can add code like this actually. I can add a elif statement. It is equivalent to else if actually. So you can put the condition here, okay, and again the colon symbol, and you can put the code here actually. Similarly, you can add how many number of conditions you want actually. So like this also you can place actually. So if condition, elif, else if condition, okay, similar to that you can add actually. So this is the general syntax of if else actually. Okay, let us do a small exercise on this. Do you have any doubts here?
No.
Okay, so for example, I am assigning a equal to some variable, some 100. Okay, so I am typing my code like this. If I am putting the condition, if a is less than 100, okay, and I'm putting colon symbol. So see, if you see, automatically the cursor move to right hand side, right? That is the indentation spacing it is giving. Just I am printing less than 100, okay. And again, what I'm doing, I'm typing else actually, else colon, and again I'm saying print greater than 100. Okay, so now let us execute the, if I press enter, the code will get executed. Since a is equal to 100, it is printing greater than 100 at the output actually. Okay, so this is how a simple code looks like. So in last session, have I explained how to write the Python code in a separate file? So do you have Ideal or Python in your PC? What you have actually?
Jupyter Notebook.
Okay, okay, that's also fine actually. So do you know how to write? How have you done some exercise in the Jupyter notebook?
Yeah, yeah, I have done.
Okay. So now let us do one small exercise. Okay, maybe you can use the same Jupyter notebook. I will tell the exercise.
Okay.
Take two numbers A and B. Okay. So print which is higher.
Okay.
Can you do it, or can you can share your screen also? Take 5 minutes of
Yeah.
time. Else let me step in actually. See, you can use whatever the way you want. You can use if else in any way. You can do it actually.
Can you repeat the question once more?
Uh, two questions, two numbers A and B is there. So you
Okay.
have to print which is higher. A you can assume some value. For example, A equal to 10 and B equal to 15 something. Anything you can assume.
Okay.
B equal to okay. You're studying there Tajasvi or MS or
Yes, yes, I'm studying MS
which discipline?
in robotics.
Oh, okay, good. First year or second year?
First year.
Okay, good. Okay, so good. You're doing good. So we will do one thing now. We will make
Mm.
extension to the same exercise. Now assume we have three numbers A, B, and C. Okay, you
Okay.
have three numbers A, B, and C. Now you have to print which is greater.
It's showing wrong actually. B is greater.
Uh, okay, I will put a question like this. So now visually, if you see C is the highest number, right? You forget about the
Yes.
coding.
Mm.
Okay, so now when you will say C is higher, what internally within your brain how it is calculating, or what you have to, what condition you have to put actually? C should be greater than A and C should be greater than B, right?
Yes.
So two conditions should get satisfied, right?
Yes.
Okay, now you cross check this against your code. What you are doing, you are checking for one condition or two condition. So if A is less than B means you are checking for only one condition. Okay, and
Okay.
again if B is less than C means again you are checking for only one condition. You are not checking two conditions actually. Okay, now what you have to do is that you have to check for two conditions. So for that what you can do is that you can put it in if you are checking A is less than C, you give some space. A is less than C, you have put on, right, you put some space there, and A and the type and A and D, A and D, and this another keyword actually, and you can type like this: A is less than B. What is the meaning for this? A is less than C and A is less than B means A is higher, right?
Yes.
So in print you can change A is higher. That is and indicates the left side condition and right side condition should get mandate actually, should get paused actually. Now you can write similarly for elif, right? Now what you have to put in elif?
A greater than C means C is greater, right? A less than C, right? This one.
Yeah, A less than C. Sorry, A less than C and sorry, you can retype the condition like this: A greater than B and A greater than C. Okay. If
Okay.
this condition satisfied, now A is greater. Now what you can do in elif? Now you want to check for B, right?
B.
So you can put here B greater than C and B greater than A. So what does this indicates?
B is great.
Yes. Else what is the meaning?
C.
Yes. Now you run your code.
Yes.
Okay. Now you have to tweak the values and you have to check it actually. You can make A higher and check it whether the output is coming right or not.
It's coming.
Similarly, you make B higher and check it whether it is coming higher or not. So you have to test for all the possible combinations actually. B is greater. You make any two values equal.
Mm.
You don't know how the code will behave, right? So output either B or C should come, right?
It's not coming.
Output is not
It's
coming.
moving to next cell. No.
Okay, this is the beauty. So what we have to do, uh, you add one more. Elif, you add one more thing. Elif, you can put a C greater than A and a C greater than B. Print C is greater. So the other cases you can we can put ignored condition like that. You put some condition because two numbers are equal, right? Ignored. And now you run it. What is the output coming?
Ignored.
So no, always we have to write the code for all possible combinations actually, and we have to test for all possible combinations also. Then only our code will be good enough actually.
Okay.
Okay. Now see and is used. Logical and, right? This is logical and actually. So this condition you
Yes.
can add any number of and also. Even if you want to add one more condition in if, you can add and you can add another condition also. Like this you can add any number of conditions actually. Similarly, you can use or also. Okay, or. So that means any one condition should get passed actually. Okay. So
Okay.
this is not the only way to implement this exercise actually. There is another way as well actually. I'm sharing my screen.
Okay.
um, so is my screen visible?
Yes.
So I'm putting a equal to 10, b equal to 15, and c equal to some 12. Okay, I'm writing code in this way. I'm checking if a is greater than b. Okay, and then what I'm
Okay.
doing, if a is greater than b means I have to check for another condition, right? So I am putting code like this, and I'm checking a is greater than c. So here I'm putting print a is higher. Okay, else what I'm checking, c is higher. Okay, else what I'm doing,
Base.
elif if a is greater than me means what? uh, if not means it b is higher, right?
Yes.
So what I will do here, I will check here if b is greater than c. So I will put if this condition okay means print b is higher. Else what is the meaning? Print c is higher. Okay, so I'm using if else within a if, right?
Yes.
Similarly, if else within a else, actually this is called as nested if actually. So we can use this way also. So now if I run the code, oh, this colon got missed. See, now b is higher is coming, right? So if I
Yes.
tweak the values, now a has to come. I'm testing for all possible combinations. See, a is higher. Now I'm taking making c is higher. Yeah, it's working fine. So instead of putting the same condition in a single if, I'm using it in multiple if actually. So you can implement this way also. But question comes which is more efficient and optimized way. Okay, so we can't say in all scenarios we will be using this way or the way whatever you have done actually. So based on the need, we have to take a call. So whether this way or that way. In some cases, we have to use only this method. In some cases, we have to use only that way actually. So, but for learning ways, we have to keep in mind both these ways actually. So this is one level of nesting actually. So still I can add a if under this if actually. Okay, multiple level of nesting is allowed actually. Similar to C and C++, you can add multiple level of nesting also. But for a good programming practice, three level of nesting is enough actually to avoid confusion. See, if a lot of nesting is getting added means we'll get confused, right?
Yes.
So in order to avoid that, it is better suggested to keep only three levels of nesting actually. So by this way also you can type and you can do it actually. Okay. So out of these two methods, from your understanding, which method is you prefer both best and optimized way?
This method, I guess.
Whatever you have done, right?
Yes.
Why? Why? Okay, I will put like this. See, whatever the application you are developing, the number of lines of code should be less actually. If number of lines of code is less means the execution time will be less and memory taken will be less, right?
Yes.
So those are all the parameters it will be considered. So in this code, whatever I have typed, the number of lines is too much actually, and I'm using lot of keywords. See, this if is a keyword, this if is a keyword. So the number of keywords I'm using, that much amount of memory is needed, and it will take that much amount of time to execute also. So that is the way whatever you have written the code, that is the best way actually. Okay. So this is
Okay.
about if actually. Any other doubts here actually?
No.
Okay. Now let us move on to loops actually. So like loops, it's quite some advantage here actually in case of Python, but more or less similar to C only actually. For example, I'm putting for loop syntax. For loop, um, I have to put some variable here for iterating in. Okay, and we have to mention the variable values actually, values, and then we have to type the code here actually. Okay, so this code comes under the loop, and whatever the code I'm typing now, it is out of the loop actually. Okay, this is the general for loop syntax actually. So this code will come out of the for loop, but this code, the indented right indented code, comes under the for loop actually. Now let me type a simple coding for this actually to understand much more better way. So you know what is list actually in Python?
List. It's a collection of strings. Data types.
Okay, actually, in C you might also study the arrays, right? Integer array, float
Yeah.
array, string arrays. So here we will call it as a list actually. List is nothing but a combination of similar data elements, not only for strings. It is applicable for integers, float, strings, and character as well. So in
Okay.
order to understand for loop, let us create a simple list. So how to create a list is that I have to define a variable name. I have to give equal to, and I have to give the square bracket actually. So this indicates a list, and I'm typing the values now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the meaning of this is that this is only array of integers. The values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that only array name is A. This we will call it as a list actually in Python. Okay. So it is nothing but only array of integers in C. So this is a list actually. If I print this, this will come. So now let us print each and every element of this list through for loop. Okay. Before that, in list we have called as indexing. In C also indexing is there. Do you remember indexing in C? What is the
Yes.
purpose of it? What is the purpose of it? So to fetch the individual elements of an array, right?
Yes.
So like always the indexing will start with 0 and end with the length of the array actually. Here also we have indexing. For example, if I give a of 0 means it will
It
print the first
one.
element 1, 1. If I give 1 means it will print the next element. So like this it will go till the end. A of 4 means last element actually. So this is indexing. See here we have some beauty with indexing also. I will explain then and that. We are having something called as
Negative index.
yes. So we can do it in negative way as well. And as well as we have a beautiful feature called as slicing actually. Instead of fetching individual element, if you want to get a group of element, that's also possible. I'll explain actually. So
Okay.
for the purpose of for loop, I'm explaining this. So now if I want to display all these values in a for loop means I can write my code like this. For I am defining a variable I, and in is a keyword I have to put, and I have to put a range of, okay, len of a, okay, and I'm putting some colon, and I'm putting print a of I. Okay, so here I is a variable actually. Okay, I'm going to use it for indexing, that is a of I, print a of I. So now what I want to print a from first to end actually. So a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4. So that how we can do that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 transition. That index transition is that we have a range function in Python. Okay. So what is the meaning for range function is that if I put a range of n means the output of this function will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 till it will be n minus 1 actually. So for example, if I put a range of 5 means the output will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 actually, because it is n minus 1, right? 5 minus 1, 4 actually. So here what we are giving a range of len of a. Len of a means it is nothing but it will give the number of elements in a actually. So number of elements in a is 5 actually. So it will become range of 5. So the range function will give output as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now what this for loop will do is that during the first iteration, I value will be equal to 0. During the second iteration, I value will be equal to 1. Third iteration, I value will be equal to 2. Like that, it will automatically fetch the value from this range and it will go through till 4 actually, because range last value is 4. So thereby what will be the print statement will do, it will become a of 0, print a of 0, print a of 1, a of 2, a of 3 and a of 3. Like that it will go. See, now I am doing this, it is coming, right? So do you understand this?
Yes.
So we have one more way also. This is one way. We have another way in for logo. I can put like this: for I in A. Okay, I can give print of I actually. Are you able to guess what it is doing here? The same output we are fetching, right? Any guess here? So what is the meaning here is that, see, A is a list, that is only array of integers. So what it is doing here is that during first iteration, first element of A will be placed in I actually. That is 1 will be placed in I. That is the reason if I put print I, the 1 will be coming. During second iteration, second element of A will be placed in I actually. That is 2 will be placed in I. During the third iteration, third element of A will be placed in I. During the fourth iteration, 4 will be placed in I. And in last iteration, last element will be placed in I. Okay, I have advantage here actually, because no need to put in the range function, and if I don't know the array size, I will prefer this way actually. So do you got my point?
So output
So
will be the same, right?
output will be same only. So in practically, normally definitely you will doesn't know the what will be the size of a actually. See here also using length method I'm going to take it, but this is more flexible for me, right?
Yes.
So that is this will call it as auto indexing actually. Python supports that feature. This is not available in C actually. Okay, so this is a for loop actually. Any other doubts here? So
No.
now shall we do a simple exercise on this?
Yes.
So what you can do is that you can take a equal to the same thing, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. What I want is that I want you to add all these numbers and display it. That is 1 plus 2 plus, using for loop, 3 plus 4 plus 5. You have to add this and you have to display it. So what it will come, 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 3 12. So it will come to 15 actually. So can you do it?
Okay.
You just try it, else let me step in.
Do I need to share?
Yeah. Sorry, after completing you can start, not an issue.
No, it's asking like organizer to make you presenter.
Right. So what this print will do, it will add your I value with 1, right?
Yes.
So can I start my screen?
Yeah.
So what I'm doing, I'm putting line numbers. I'm putting a equal to 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5. Okay,
Okay.
and I'm defining some for loop for I in a. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm going to define a new variable. Some, for example, put as j equal to 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to define like this: j equal to j plus I. Okay, and then what I'm doing, I'm going to print of j. So what this j will do is that, see, initially I'm having 0 in j, right? So doing first iteration, j equal to 0 plus what will be I? 1, right?
Mm, yes.
So now 0 plus 1 will become j equal to 1, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to second iteration, I value will become 2, right? Because
Mm,
for loop will be going to get the fetch the second element in A.
okay. Yes.
I value will become 2. Already j value is 1, right? So now j will be equal to 1 plus 2, right?
Yes.
So now j value has become 3 at the end of second iteration. So in third iteration, what will be the value for I?
3.
Already j value is 3, right? Now this line number 5 will become 3 plus 3, right?
Yes.
6. Now at the end of third iteration, a value has become 6 actually. So again, now comes to the fourth iteration. What will be this equation? 5 will become 6 plus,
6
already
plus
j
4.
value is 6. Yes. So now in the fourth iteration end, j value will become 10 actually. And again in the fifth iteration, already the j
5.
value is 10. What is the value for I?
5. 15.
Yeah,
10 plus
10
5.
plus 5, it will come 15. So this is how the code will get executed. Now I'm running it actually. See, 15 came, right?
Yes.
So this is how internally it works actually. Now can you type the same thing in your PC?